We've been studying intercession and particularly abiding in Christ. We started this lesson last week and I didn't quite get through it. So we'll start out with John chapter 14. John 14, let's see where I want to start. I'm going to start in 11, verse 11. It says, "Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go to my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments." I just want to throw that last one in because it ties directly into verse 14, which is part of the key. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. Now jump to chapter 15. And let's start in verse 7. It says, "If ye abide in me," and that's the key word. This is the key verse. "If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you." So the key to chapter 14, verse 14, "Ask anything in my name, and I will do it." The key is in chapter 15. "If ye abide in me." He qualifies it. And we started this last week looking at the qualifications of abiding in Christ. And I want to draw a little diagram in a minute, but let me go ahead and read down a few more verses. 15:8. "Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. So shall ye be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandments," there's that again, "ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full." There's three words here I want you to look at. The first one is abide, second one is love, and the third one is joy. Let me do a little drawing now. The key to getting to asking, the Bible says that, asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find, knocking it shall be opened unto you. Here it says abiding in Christ. And what does that mean? And we've talked about a relationship with God. We mentioned that and went into abiding in Christ is your relationship. But I want to draw it out. God's love. John 3:16. "God so loved the world." Okay? You. "God so loved you, that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life." Right? What does God want in return?
To love him back.
That's right. That's right. He wants us to love him back. Okay? Our love. Your love. Oops. Right? God so loved us we can love Him.
Right.
When we do this on a continual basis, we're abiding in Christ. Okay? Now, when you abide in Christ, you can ask. Right? When you ask, get my arrows going, you receive. My board's not long enough. When you receive, it increases your love. I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means you have more love to God. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That your joy might be full. Right? So God's love comes to you, God's joy comes to you, which strengthens your love again. So now you have joy, and praise. Going back to God. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's abiding. The diagram. Abiding in Christ. How are we going to ask what we want to do? How do we have that confidence in our prayer life? How do we have confidence that when we ask something of God that it's going to happen? This is how we have confidence. We have confidence in our relationship. Right? We have confidence because it's not just we're not coming to God when we get in trouble. You know what I mean? We're not coming to God just because we're, I messed up and now I need something. I'm not coming to God just because I tripped up or I built myself, I dug a hole. I dug a hole and now I need help out.